Joseph Hunley, the kicker, kicking it deep to the Falcons. The Falcons will have Baxter and is that number 3, Travis Wood, will be back deep to receive. The Falcons are wearing their white jerseys, white helmets. They got new helmets this year. I like them. I think last year they had that gray or possibly a little bit of navy helmet. The Patriots are wearing red helmets, red jerseys, and white pants as we're about to get underway here in week 2 of Patriot football. Hunley looking to kick things off for the Patriots. And it's a short kick near about the 25-yard line. The Falcons see a hole, and it's a good return from number 12, Jared Denton, the sophomore, will get the return and good field position for the Falcons. So,
you know, Kyle, I think this one of the big factors is this game is if the Patriots can get some pressure on the quarterback. You know, Pettit does a really nice job of distributing the ball. He's a coach's son. We got to be able to get some pressure on him, and I think that if we can do that, I think we'll be in good shape tonight.
Falcons come out. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Pettit will be under center. Jamison as Patriots. Here's the snap. Quick screen over to the sideline. Then a pitch back to the other receiver, and it's knocked out of bounds as the
flea flicker
catch by Travis Wood. Then he flips it back to the other receiver, Braden Baxter.
Hook and ladder.
Yeah. And Coach Johnston did say that they like to run some trick plays, and they're going to be a little bit more creative than Pettit's used to. But, you know, he's been around it for a while, seen a lot of football, 94 wins. I think he started head coach in 04 at Monroe. So Falcons have it 2nd and 8 from the 46. Under center, Pettit will give it to the tailback, and a good tackle there by Jackson Morris. You know, Chad, double-digit tackles for him last week. We're really gonna call upon him every week, and he has answered the call so far.
You know, between him and I think Mason Hester had like 15 total tackles last week, and so Cole Wright had, I think, 10. So those 3 really carried the load last week, and looking for big things out of them tonight.
Brings up 3rd and 8 from the 46 after the no gain on the previous play. Pettit will be under center, I formation. Fakes to the tailback, rolls right. Gets some pressure from Morris. He'll fire it, and it's caught. The catch is made by number 3, Travis Wood, sliding into the 30-yard line. We got some pressure on Morris got some pressure on Pettit, but a good throw on the bootleg there. And it's going to be a Falcon first down. Good field position. It'll be spotted on the 31-yard line to be exact, on the right hash. Pettit will break the huddle again, and they'll stay under center in the I. And it gives to the tailback and breaks one tackle. A helmet comes off. Who was the... Is that Schrum on the tackle? Number 37, Bradley Schrum gets the tackle.
Chris Duggar on the hit also. Got a lot of penetration up front that time. You know, so far, the Patriots have played well against the run.
Yeah, no doubt we're getting in the backfield for sure. Wood had no time right there. Now Pettit will be out of the shotgun. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Tailback standing to his right side. 2nd and 11. Ball spotted at the 32. Looking left. Ball's tipped up into the air, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver was number 6, Cade Turner. 5'11", 185, fullback and linebacker. Ball was tipped up. Patriot couldn't come up with it. It brings up 3rd and long. 3rd and 11.
Again, you know, we're seeing early. We're going to have to find a way to get some pressure on Pettit, and if you let him stand back there, he's gonna make some things happen.
Pettit, the senior, 6'1", 165 pounds. Pettit rolls to the right, and there's a big-time hit. Ball comes out. It goes out of bounds as Pettit pump fakes. And then I think he kind of sees a block, but we were able to come off that block, and I thought think he thought he could make a run for it, but initially holds on to the football, and it's going to be 4th down.
Jalik Mitchell, I believe that was Jalik on the coverage on the wide out there, and just really had him blanketed.
Tell you another guy that's had a big game last week late in the 4th quarter, and that was McCoy. Eli McCoy, the sophomore. You're seeing him play some linebacker as well. Pettit throws it deep to the end zone, and it's a touchdown if he stays in.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds. What a catch over the shoulder. Beautiful thrown ball by Jamison Pettit, but they're going to say he's out of bounds. Coach John Pettit not happy. Beautiful throw and catch there, but unfortunately he was out of bounds, and it will be 1st and 10 for the Patriots.
But again, that's, it's just a good example of Pettit's got a nice arm, and he's been on target so far. That was
Patriot offense. Allen County Farmers Service starting lineup. We'll have receivers will be Tracy Moore, Purdue. Quick screen over to Blaine Moore. He gets a block, now cuts it back up midfield. Gets to about the 39-yard line, and Coach Bray and Coach Casey were right that they were going to try some quick passes, screens, because they give so much cushion there on the defensive backs. But that's going to bring up 2nd and a long 2 for the Patriots.
And that also gives Adams, we need to get his confidence up. And those quick passes, those safe passes are a good way to do that early in the game.
Handoff to Levi Cooper. Breaks a tackle, still on his feet. That's going to be good enough for an Edmonton State Bank 1st down. Great run there by Levi Cooper. Great push from the offensive line.
Good hole there on the left side. Cole Jackson and I'm not sure who that is on the.
Believe that is, you've got Carson Holland, number 78.
Carson Holland, yeah. Nice hole on the left side.
Brings up 1st and 10 on the 48. Adams gives to Chase Ross. He's met at the line of scrimmage. Will lower his shoulder and gain of about 2 there. 2nd and 8 for the Patriots. 8:44 mark here in the 1st quarter. Still scoreless, Patriots and Falcons. As get a play call in. Coach Brad Hood, 18th season, 101 wins for the Patriots. Adams will have 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Running back standing side by side. Fakes to Cooper, and it's going to be an option play. Ross will head towards the Patriots sideline. He falls down awkwardly as he's going out of bounds. I think he got some of the turf right there. It goes grass, and then on the sidelines they have that turf, and he falls down awkwardly, but I think he's going to be okay. It'll bring up 3rd down and short, 3rd and 2. As Adams looks over to the play caller, Coach Brantley Bray, to give the signals. Receiver to the left is Blaine Moore. Jalik Mitchell is the receiver to the right. Mitchell was our Med-Center at Scottsville player of the game last week. Handoff to Ross. They'll meet him in the backfield for no gain. It's going to be a loss.
Way too much penetration that time, Kyle. It was a slow developing play. I'm not sure if that was a counter gap or almost looked like a draw, but it was just one of those plays that did not develop right.
Brings up 4th down for the Patriots, 4th and 7. Patriots, again, have trouble with the special teams. We got a penalty last week because we didn't have enough guys out there. Yet again, we had 2. Not sure if they were on the punt team or not. Punter will come out. It's Eddie Chavez to punt for the Patriots, 4th and 7 on the 49. Chavez gets a line drive punt, and it's going to get a friendly Patriot bounce, and it'll roll inside the 10, probably about the 6. Great punt from Eddie Chavez when it first went off. I didn't think it was going to go too far. And we're going to get an official timeout. You're going to see that due to the heat. They're going to give some extra timeouts. It does not, it will not hurt you, will not count against either team, but it's just an official timeout to get some water in you and just have safety for the game.
Oh, yeah. And, something else that may come into play tonight is the cramps.
6:48 left to go. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Falcons. They're pinned back on their own 6-yard line, and it'll be Pettit will stay under center, I formation. You know, Hester had a big game last week, Chad, 15 tackles. Penalty on the Patriots.
I believe it's going to be on Monroe County. I believe the left guard, number 63, Trayvon White, moved. Big offensive guard for Monroe. So they're going to move it back 3 yards, half the distance.
Immediately thought it was us at first because last week we had 4 penalties where we jumped off sides. The defensive line just getting a little antsy there, and we're not watching the ball, and on that hard count would jump. But you're right. They're going to be pushed back now. It's 1st and 13 to go now on the 3. Hopefully we can get some pressure here. We got a safety last week. Can we get another one this week? Handoffs to the fullback. Defense get a good push, and he is going to be.
Gave him forward progress to about the 4, I believe. But nice push up front by the Patriot front 7. You know, Monroe County's, Marion County was really big last week, and Monroe's, just looking at some of their height and weight, you know, they go 290, 325, 230. That's their guard and their 2 guards and center. So they've got some beef up front.
Pettit rolls right. Will throw, and it's intercepted. Jalik Mitchell takes it to the unbelievable. Jalik Mitchell with his 2nd interception for a touchdown this season. Jalik Mitchell, wow, throws it right into his hands. There was nobody over there. He takes it for about, what, maybe a 15-yard?
Yeah, maybe 12 to 15. You know, Aubrey Fernandez, I believe that was our defensive end on that side, really got pressure on Pettit, and he was just trying to get rid of the ball, trying to get it to their back out of the backfield. Cade Turner just overthrew it and right into Malik Sands.
Hunley's kick is up, and it's good. It's 7-0 Patriots. What a spark for the Patriots. Jalik Mitchell scored the first touchdown of the season and of the game last week, and he'll do it again this week. Might be Jalik in week 2, as he was the player of the game last week. Hunley's kick is high, going to be about to the 18 as the Falcons will head towards the Patriots sideline, gets a block, heads back towards midfield, and finally going to be brought down by number 24 of the Patriots. Chad, you got 24 on
Lakin Clark.
Lakin Clark with the tackle there. He saw some time at defensive back talking with Coach Taylor. Due to the heat, you're going to see a lot of guys on defense rolling people out. So the defense will come back out. It's going to be Duggar, Schrum, Tracy Fernandez on the defensive line. And outside linebackers will be Hester and Witt. Middle linebackers Cole Wright and Jackson Morris. Defensive backs will be Cameron Lay and Jalik Mitchell. Safety is Ross. And the quick screen over to number 8 of the, that's Branson Williams. He's quickly tackled. Is that Hester again?
I believe it was.
Mason Hester led us in tackles with 15. And that timeout's going to be brought to you by North Central Telephone Company. You're listening to WVLE 99.3, brought to you by Gary Force Honda and finance through Studel Financial Services. We'll be back after these messages. Back to the action here. I'm Kyle Harwood. Joining me in the broadcast is Chad Cooper. Patriots have the 7-0 lead with 5:10 left to go in the first quarter. It will bring up 3rd and 2. While we were on a break, they gained about 8 yards there. The tackle was by Mitchell. Pettit. Jamison Pettit under center I formation. One receiver to the right, one to the left. Big 3rd down opportunity for the Falcons here. 3rd and 3. Left hash, handoff to the fullback. And he's brought down by Jackson Morris. Yet again, another tackle from the middle linebacker, Jackson Morris.
You know, Kyle, Jackson played outside linebacker last year and did a tremendous job, but I think he may have found his true position. He really you know, if you've never played, you may not understand, but there's a big difference between playing inside and playing on the outside, because outside, everything happens on one side of you. But when you're playing in the middle linebacker, you got to be able to go both ways, and he's really doing a great job.
Brings up 4th and 3. Pettit will keep it. Ball comes out, and the Patriots recover it. It's Jackson Morris. He's going to take it all the way. Nobody in sight. 10-5. Touchdown Patriots. Jackson Morris with a touchdown. The fumble recovery from Jackson Morris. He'll take it all the way. Flag comes out. I believe it's going to be on the celebration. We've got a Monroe County Falcon player down as well.
I believe that's Pettit. They're looking at his maybe ankle.
A Falcon is down, and I'm not sure if the penalty is on. I believe it's on the celebration.
I think it is.
I think Morris did a little front flip there, might have spiked the ball. Who knows? I mean, but he will take still 2 defensive touchdowns, Chad. How about that? I mean, you're a defensive guy, and to get a big spark plug right there, I mean, what does that do for your offense when your defense goes out there and scores twice right there?
Well, I mean, that's 2 gifts. I mean, that's just 2. You can't count on your defense scoring. You know, you don't ask them to do that. You ask them to keep the other team out of the end zone. But so that's 2 gifts that we've got tonight, and looks like they're helping Pettit off the field. I believe it's an ankle, so maybe you know, hopefully it's nothing too serious. He looks like he's walking. He's walking off on his own. So I think we'll see him back in the game.
Patriots have the 13-0 lead after the penalty, as Hunley will go out for the PAT. So defensive coordinator Joel Taylor has come away with 2 gifts and 2 touchdowns. One from Jalik Mitchell, the other from Jackson Morris. Hunley will have the PAT, 3:53 left to go.
We need to talk about Jackson more often.
Yes. As soon as we talk him up, he has that big play, and I'd say that was probably, what, a 40-yard fumble recovery? They were on the 47, and then it was in the backfield, so around there.
Yeah.
Not exactly where he picked up the ball. So officials talking this one over, or announcing the call, I guess, and now Hunley will have the PAT opportunity. Here's the snap. Hunley's kick is up, and it's good. Chad, we found ourselves a kicker. Hunley has been perfect this season kicking. It's 14 on the PATs. It's 14-0 Patriots.
Marking 15 yards off on the kickoff for the Patriots. So, you know, Monroe County is going to probably come out with really good field position here when they after the kickoff return.
Penalty was on the celebration after the fumble recovery for a touchdown. And it's a high kick near about the 30 for the Falcons. He'll catch and turn towards the Patriots sideline. And he's going to be brought down. Big time hit by number 30, Cole Wright, on the tackle. Good field position, as you said, as the Patriot end zone is really you got a big crowd down there in the end zone. So 3:45 left to go here in the first quarter. Left hash, ball spotted at about the 48-yard line for the, and you're right, number 8. The backup quarterback is Williams. Stay under center. It's going to be a sweep to the right, and he'll take it. Good gain of about 8 there before he's brought down. Believe Mitchell on the tackle. Jalik had 4 tackles last week. Seems like we've called his name a little bit more this week. I think that's 2 or 3 tackles for him already.
You know, it's twice that Monroe's just turned around and run the toss sweep and gained about 8 yards on both of those. So you know, we're going to have to do a better job of keeping the contain on the end.
Handoff to the tailback, and it is going to be stopped in the backfield. Baxter with the handoff, and he's brought down by Jackson Morris and Cole Wright. I mean, Morris is just flying around like a headhunter and absolutely laying the wood here. You know, Chad, I sent you a video of some of those old defenses. I was going through Dad's, some of those highlight tapes. And you're right, Trey was putting on some big hits too, his Jackson's dad. I mean, and he would just come in right there at the last, and I mean, he would just put on some big hits. Because he played what? Defensive back, outside linebacker?
He was safety.
Safety. Here's the sweep, and we got a flag on the play. They'll go right side and lower the shoulder. Mitchell with the tackle, but a big hit as Baxter lowers his shoulder. We'll see what the flag is. You know, it's fun going back and watching that old film, and I saw that. Yes, you know, I'll tell you one thing that we've improved on is the technology. As those cameras, they did the job back then, but
yeah,
sometimes they were just a little blurry. But that just might be the VHS down in the basement for a while.
But you're right. Trey Morris, Jackson's dad, was, you know, he was a heck of a defensive back. And, you know, he was one of those kids we really didn't know that much about when he came out to play football. And he was a pleasant surprise. And he was really one of the leaders on that defense. And I was talking to Danny Hendricks before the game, and he was talking about that defense, and it was pretty good. It was.
What was the penalty, Chad? I missed it as I was talking.
They waved it off. They never gave the penalty. They just waved it off. So
it was a first down after the carry from Baxter. So it'll bring up second down now after a gain of about 2 for the Falcons. The tackle was made by Landon Witt. So you're going to see Witt and McCoy on that outside backer. I think Witt is more of a defensive run guy, and then when you're thinking pass, so you might see McCoy more on third down or in the later downs. We also got another new defensive lineman there, Chad. Is that number 66 possibly for the Patriots? Maybe 86 on that defensive end, far side from us. We'll see if we can get his number here. 2nd and 9. Williams throws deep, and it's going to be broken up. The pass. Great coverage there from, cannot see the numbers. That might have been Cameron lays on this side. So that is that's going to be Price. Price was out last week. Didn't recognize his number. I think it's Caden Price, the senior. So good to see him back as well.
Yeah, he was beat. The receiver was behind him, but he did a really good job of making up some ground and going up and knocking the ball down right before the receiver caught it.
Brings up 3rd and 9 for the Falcons. Minute to go. Williams scrambles in the pocket, will step up, and he's going to run for it. And it is good enough for a Falcon first down. Williams uses his legs, and it's good enough to move the chains for Monroe County. Steps out of bounds with 51 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. 14-0 lead for the Patriots. Still trying to find out who that defensive player is for the Patriots. Number, I think it's 68.
But we don't have it. That's Skylar Marr.
Skylar Marr playing some defensive line now for the Patriots. 1st and 10 from the 12. It'll be a sweep to the left side. They get a good block on Landon Witt, but it's Cameron Lay, the senior, who comes up and makes a big-time tackle.
But I tell you, that was a great tackle by Cameron, but Blaine Tracy really made that play, got up and turned that back inside, and that's what our 2 defensive ends, Aubrey, and that may be why Aubrey Fernandez was out of the game for a minute. Coach Taylor talking to him about keeping contained as we go to the end of the first quarter. But we've got to keep contained, or they're just going to keep running that toss sweep. But Blaine did a really nice job that time of turning him back in.
At the end of the first quarter, it's Patriots 14, Monroe County Falcons 0. That quarter was brought to you by CPC Commodities. We'll be back after these messages. During halftime, we will go back to the station, go back to music for a little while. I'd like to go down there on the track and watch that presentation. Williams will take it on the run again. Big, strong kid. What'd you say? He was 6'4"?
6'5", 190. And looks very athletic.
Very athletic. And that was just like a direct snap. He's going to take it. That was a planned play that he was going to run right there. Brings up now 3rd down. 3rd and 8 for the Falcons. Ball spotted at the 10. As the Falcons have had a very successful drive. Their starting quarterback, Jamison Pettit, is out due to an injury. Ankle injury, we think, back about mid-first quarter. It happened actually on the fumble recovery for a touchdown by Jackson Morris. But Williams has stepped right in there and used his legs. He can also throw it. He's got some arm strength. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. They'll be out of the gun. Williams got some time, now steps up, rolls to the right, fires to a wide open receiver, but the throw was too short. I don't know if he just threw that kind of awkwardly. He does have a good arm, and thankfully he did, because the receiver was wide open.
I was going to say, it may just be that he was so wide open, he just sort of short-armed it, because there wasn't a defensive back within 5-10 yards of the receiver. He kind of got lost over in the corner of the end zone. Nobody around him.
4th and 8, a big 4th down here. The Falcons are in 4th down territory where they're going to go for it. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Williams will be out of the shotgun. The running back standing next to him is Cade Turner. 4th and 8 from the 10. Throw over the middle, and it's incomplete. The Patriots will take over on downs. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Patriots on the 10. Here comes the Patriot offense, and it looks like Deontay Granger, the sophomore we've heard so much about here in this preseason, is going to come out onto the field for the first time. You know, we talked about his speed and his route running and how he can just go off and leave people, and hopefully he can have a big sophomore season. He had a good summer, so expecting a lot out of the sophomore Deontay Granger. I thought he was going in here.
Yeah,
yes, he is in right here. He's going to be on the sideline, close to the receiver, close to the Patriots sideline here. 1st and 10 from the 10, as Adams will come out. 1 receiver to the right, 1 to the left. 2, we got fullback is Cooper. And a deep throw from Braylon Adams, and it's Deontay Granger, just about 4 yards shy of Granger thrown over his head, but he had that separation from the defensive back. Like we were saying, he's got that speed, and it looked like he was just gliding. I mean, the speed just comes easy to Granger right there. So,
yeah, you know, there are just some people who, when they run, like you said, they just glide. They don't look like they're struggling, and Dante's one of those.
Didn't look like he was going hard, but he was. But his arm motion, it just looked like he was jogging, but he was going pretty fast there. Hand off to Chase Ross. He gets some separation, and a good block there by the wide receiver, as another broken tackle from Ross, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds. Who was the receiver? Was that Kyle Purdue? Senior Kyle Purdue has an outstanding block right there. Chad, the assistant coach Dan Purdue's son, who played here for us and was a great Patriot player, his son has a great block there, and it ends up giving the Patriots an Evanston State Bank first down.
We've talked about it several times before. So almost always, anytime there's a long run, wide receivers make those blocks. You don't break those off. The running backs don't break those runs off without a block from the.
And a quick pass into the hands of Chase Ross. Gain of about 5, I believe there. 6. Adams connects. Chase Ross. Brings up 2nd and 4 from the 36-yard line. 14-0 Patriot lead. 9:42 left to go in the second quarter. Adams scrambling, and he's hit by the defensive lineman, and he's going to be sacked. Adams had no time there as the defensive line won the battle. That was 77 that gets in the backfield pretty quick there, Chad. 77, and is that number possibly 7 on the defensive line? No, he's number 6 as well. So I guess they have Turner was in the backfield. 3rd and 6, Adams. Throw, leaping, diving catch by Levi Cooper. He fully extends there. Can't hang on to it, but great effort.
And I'll tell you, Kyle, if he could have come down with that on the run, it would have been strike up the band. We ran him out of a little wheel route where the receiver clears out and the back comes out of the backfield up the sidelines, and he just overthrew him just a step.
Brings up 4th and 6 for the Patriots.
I bet we see that play again.
Yes. You're starting to see the defensive line of the Monroe County Falcons really get their way with the offensive line. Punt, beautiful punt there by Eddie Chavez. Gets it into about the 18-yard line. Eddie Chavez, he's a character, Chad. Had another timeout, official timeout to get a water break there, extra due to the heat. 1st and 10 on the 18 for the Falcons. Patriots up 14-0, 8:47 left to go in the second quarter. Got a jet sweep, and he's going to be brought down by, it's going to be, I think that was Morris as well, or Cole Wright.
I think that was Cole Wright.
Got a special guest up here. My daughter, Maggie Harwood. Been talking about the Patriot game all day, and she's fired up, got her red on.
Let's put the headphones on her.
I don't
know. Put the mic in her hands.
I don't know what she would say.
2nd and 10.
And another flag on the play. Good run there by the Falcons. Falcons are still without Jamison Pettit. He had that ankle injury back in the first quarter, about the 6-minute mark. We haven't seen him return.
Looks like Monroe County's backing up, so it might be a hold. But it's definitely against Monroe County, as they are backing up towards the goal line.
We'll take it. It'll push them back even further. Good crowd on hand here, Chad. The stands are full. You love to see that, the Patriot faithful. Something about this community that you know you really don't see it at other communities. I know it's a small town and you don't have a lot going on at Friday night, but they always support Lady Patriot and Patriot Athletics. I mean, no matter the record, you always have a full stands, and that's great to see. I mean, you know, I mean, you coached here. I mean, what's that like when you get to come out and see a big crowd like that?
Well, if you've ever played in your backyard by yourself, I mean, that's, you know, that's the difference between having a big crowd and not. And
Williams on the carry and gets a good block. He's still on his feet. Finally going to be pushed out by Mason Hester.
Kyle, they just ran instead of running a counter tray with the running back, they block it the same way. They pull the backside guard and tackle and just give it, the quarterback just keeps it. And I'm telling you, this Williams kid is well, we've said it before, but he is athletic.
He's the real deal.
Yeah, he is definitely a dual threat.
1st and 10 for the Falcons now. Good field position. They were pinned back at near the 5. Now they're on the 38-yard line. 7:15 left to go here in the second quarter. 14-0 Patriot lead. He'll keep it again. And the tackle's made by Aubrey Fernandez. Big-time tackle by the senior defensive lineman. He was actually getting blocked as he's tackling Williams. Huge play from the senior, Aubrey Fernandez.
You know, Kyle, you know, I'll tell you, this you see this happen sometimes when a quarterback goes out, and Pettit's primarily, you know, I'd say his forte is throwing the ball, and Williams looks much more of a runner than he is a passer. So that really can, you know, change your defensive outlook and your defensive game plan. We'll see how Coach Taylor adjusts to that.
2nd and 8. Ball spotted on the left hash, 40-yard line, 6:25 left to go in the second quarter. Quick throw near the sideline, lowers his shoulder. And a tackle was made by, might have been Hester yet again. No.
Mitchell.
Mitchell.
Going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Big third down here. Clock continues to run as he stayed in bounds. Seeing a lot of playing time on the defensive line. Did you say it was Marr, number 68 for the Patriots? He comes in yet again. Timeout, Patriots, or Monroe County. That timeout's brought to you by North Central Telephone Company. And we'll take a look at our Patriot Sports radio shout-outs. Travis Adams, I call him my brother. He seems like my brother. Been around in the family for a long time, and he's going in, and just really special for me to see that. Deep pass, a wide open, and it's caught near about the 25. One man to beat, but it's Eli McCoy who brings him down, the sophomore, but a busted play there as number, I think that was 20, Adrian Young gets the catch and a big-time first down for the Falcons.
Yeah, Kyle, I'm not sure what happened. And there's a flag on the play also. Horse collar, personal foul against the Patriots. So they're going to mark it down, mark off a few more yards. But that was a busted coverage. Receiver was, 20 yards behind anyone in the defensive backfield. I'm not sure what happened there.
And he actually ran up to get it,
Yeah.
ran up a couple yards to get it. So 1st and goal from the 5 now. Good field position for the Falcons. Timeout, Patriots. That timeout's brought to you by North Central Telephone Company. Like I was saying, Travis Adams going in the Hall of Fame, Katie Yates, Parentha Clements, Danny Hendrick, and Chris A. Keene. You know, Chad, growing up, I mean, I know you know all this, but I'll tell the fans at home, to be honest, I think Derek signed and redshirted that year, but he didn't actually play. He ended up transferring to a JUCO. But I believe it's just Travis, unless there was someone older.
Fumble.
Patriots have it. It's Patriot football. The Falcons had it 1st and goal from the 3, and it's Patriot football. Was that Jackson Morris with another fumble recovery?
I believe it was. They were going to run, I think, that same counter tray with the quarterback and the Patriot front 7. I don't know who hit him first, but he went down hard, fumbled the ball, and I believe that was Jackson Morris that came away with it. Huge play for the Patriot defense.
Jackson Morris was 1st and goal from the 3. Fumble recovery from Morris. So, Patriot offense get bailed out once again. The defense coming up big time. 3 turnovers that have been huge for the Patriots. 1st and 10 from the 3. The gives to Ross up the gut. He's hit by the linebacker. Gain of 3 for Chase Ross.
I tell you, Kyle, the Williams kid plays safety for Monroe too, and they're sneaking him up, I mean, inside the box. I mean, he was about 5 yards from the line of scrimmage that time, which means there's no one in the middle of the field. If we could get Dante on a post pattern, because there's just, on the last play, there wasn't anybody in the middle of the field.
5-minute mark, 14-0 Patriots. See if we can connect, like you were saying. The handoff there to Levi Cooper. Lowers his shoulder. And that's good enough for a Patriot first down. They'll move the chains. Edmonton State Bank first down. Chad, we hadn't got a chance yet to talk over our pick'ems. You're up on me one game from last week, but I think we both picked Greenwood over East, and right now Greenwood's up 25-0 at the half. You know, Greenwood, we saw a lot of promise from them. They're the real deal. I think they're going to beat South this year, and if Bowling Green don't look out, they could possibly give them some fits. I mean, Warren East is a talented team, and Greenwood up 25-0. Here's the sweep to Chase Ross, and Ross with a good gain of about maybe 6 there for Chase Ross. Yeah, we'll talk about our picks. We had a lot of good picks this week, a lot of good games around the state, a lot of games being moved into tomorrow. LCA and Boyle is tomorrow. That's a game. I'm telling you, I went to the Bowling Green LCA game last week, and that was a game for the ages. So if there's a chance and you're a Kentucky fan, you better go watch Cutter Boley while he's in school. And it's Adams on the keeper. He's got some room, a stiff arm there, and that's an Edmonton State Bank first down. Braylon Adams, you know, to be honest, Chad, I think he is our best runner. I mean, he really runs the ball well. Him and Ross, I would say. But I think let's go back to that old Coach Hood specialty in that option play, option run offense. I think Adams could have some success with it.
I do. You know, I believe you're right. The only thing about the option is you've got to have – you always run the risk of injury.
Yes.
With the
pass is completed to Levi Cooper. A big block there from Blaine Tracy, and another Edmonton State Bank first down. Blaine Tracy with a huge block. And Tracy saw it coming from a mile away. He set that up and laid a big hit right there. Not a malicious hit, but it could have been if he wanted it to be. He had so much time. He saw that. You know, I'm glad that he's at tight end and we can kind of spread him out there. He does a wonderful job blocking for the Patriots. And Adams on the keeper, up the middle. And another first down for Braylon Adams and the Patriots. Let's move the chains yet again. 2:48 mark here in the second quarter.
Yeah, you know, Kyle, back to what we're saying about the option. First of all, you've got to rep the option. I mean, it takes a lot of practice time to run the option and be effective at it if you're going to actually run the option. And you better have a backup quarterback.
And there's the throw over the middle of Chase Ross, and he'll take it all the way to the house. Touchdown, Patriots! Touchdown, Patriots! Braylon Adams connects with Chase Ross for the 48-yard touchdown pass. Give him 6.
What a pass, Kyle. What a throw.
Unbelievable. I mean, thrown into coverage. There was 2 guys right there. He just had to put it right on the money in that slot, and he was able to connect with Ross. 2:26 left to go. Braylon Adams connects with Mr. Chase Ross.
You hear the old cliche about threading the needle, and that's what he did that time. He threaded the needle.
And the kick is up, and it's good. Joseph Hunley kicks it all the way to the tennis courts. Patriots have the 21-0 lead with 2:26 left to go. And the girls soccer team getting some wins. And they, unfortunately, due to the heat, they weren't able to play. But glad to see them getting to play tomorrow. And the kick is to Wood. Tackle made by Hester as well as Lakin Clark. I think that was
Aiden Johnson.
Aiden Johnson, number
sophomore,
25.
Yeah, sophomore defensive back.
2:17 left to go. Patriots have the 21-0 lead.
Now let's don't, this last drive here, we need to, we can't let Monroe County come up with a big play. You know, if they're gonna throw the ball, we've got to play good pass defense, keep everything in front of us.
And Pettit has not returned after the starting quarterback got an injury back in the first quarter. It's been Williams who's done an excellent job, especially on the ground. Gives to the fullback, Turner, and he'll barrel his way in there for a first down. He's pushed out of bounds on the Falcons sideline. Stops the clock, 2:09 to go. Like the tempo we've seen from these Patriots, though. So we've jumped out to a 21-0 lead.
Just got a text. The boys and girls golf team are at Franklin Country Club. They're not playing at Kenny Perry's tomorrow. So whoever sent that, I thank you for correcting my mistake. It's at they're playing at Franklin Country Club tomorrow. So
trying to get all sports on the air. Maybe we can work out. Another season's coming up quick. I'll have to find out a way to get maybe Patriot Golf on the air at home. Williams has all day to throw. He'll fire it deep downfield, and it's incomplete. He's had some big catches tonight. He unfortunately cannot come up with that one. That was Adrian Young was the pass that was intended to. He was open again, but that one was kind of over the shoulder. It was a little bit harder to catch, but it's incomplete. Minute 59.
You know, that time the Patriots, I think we're in a more of a prevent defense and didn't get any pressure on him, and you know, let him stay back there. He's like Pettit. He'll find an open receiver.
Second and 10 for the Falcons. And it's going to be a quarterback run again, brought down by Jalik Mitchell. And Cole Wright coming in, having a big game. He had 10 tackles last week. He had a great defensive game, Chad. You look at it, I think he had 10 tackles, 2 fumble recoveries, and an interception. And say, you know, a kind of a quiet 10 tackles, but tonight he's having some big tackles. He's laying some wood, throwing in some big hits, and good night from him.
Blaine Tracy back in the game, taking out Jordan Steenbergen. Senior defensive end, seeing some playing time tonight.
3rd and 8 from the 42 for the Falcons. Minute 04 left to go. Timeout, Falcons. We'll take a timeout as well. You're listening to WVLE 99.3, brought to you by Gary Force Honda. But I'm Kyle Harwood. Joining me in the broadcast is Chad Cooper, my great co-host here for Patriot Sports Radio. 3rd and 8 on the 42-yard line. 59 seconds remain. Williams gets the snap for the Falcons. Heavy pressure. Throws a ball up in the air, and it's Young that makes the catch. Can Morris catch him from behind? No, he's in. Touchdown Falcons. No flags. As another big-time catch from Young. Adrian Young will get the Falcons on the board right here before the half.
You know, Kyle Williams, he just kind of threw that one straight up in the air, and it was just a jump ball, and the Monroe County player just out-jumped us for it. He made a nice play on the ball, but
is that about a 50, 55, 56-yard touchdown pass right there?
Yeah, it was on their side of the 50.
And the kick is low, but it is good. 21-7, great catch by Young for the Falcons, and they'll get on the board right here before halftime. 44 seconds left as the Patriots will probably see us just recover the kick and knee it and go to halftime. Evanston County's athletic director, Kyle Pierce, who was a football coach, he tweeted, good to see the players out early this morning, but after practice, take a shower and get to class. And the kick's to Jalik Mitchell. Mitchell on the return. And jukes one player out, heads towards the Patriots sideline, still on his feet. Is he in bounds? And here comes flags from everywhere. Late hit. But, I don't think that was terrible on the Falcons right there. I think they still thought he was in bounds as he kind of leaped back towards back towards the field there. But
yeah, I agree with you. That's kind of a tough call for the Falcons.
Patriots will have it. Good field position. Here with 36 seconds left to go. 21-7 Patriots with the lead. As a reminder, we will go back to the station. We'll go to music at halftime due to the Hall of Fame ceremony 2023 or the 2023 Hall of Fame class. Katie Yates, Parentha Clements, Chris A. King, Danny Hendricks, and Travis Adams, a great class being inducted into this year's Hall of Fame.
So, Kyle, 1st and 10 for the Patriots on Monroe County 49. What do you do here? Do you play it safe, or do you throw it down the field?
I think you go for it right here. I think you've got the receivers that can make a big play. You also have a good kicker, and you have 3 timeouts. Adams will look deep, fires it down the sideline, and just out of reach about the 17-yard line for Ross. Incomplete. Maybe if it was a little bit closer, I say kneel it and go to halftime as you are getting the ball back. But when you have the type of arm that you do in Braylon Adams and the receivers in Ross, Granger, you've also got, who's on the far? Is that Purdue?
Can't see his number, Kyle.
It's either 16 or 18. Snap, Adams, 30 seconds, rolls, heavy pressure. He's got to get rid of it. And he's going to be sacked. Brought down. Patriots going to have to use a timeout, or will they let the clock run out? 20 seconds remain. Finally call a timeout. And they let some clock run. 17 seconds will be left. Timeout, Patriots. That timeout's brought to you by NCTV on a hot night here in Scottsville. As a reminder, we'll have the volleyball game on air tomorrow morning. 10:20 airtime, 10:30 start. And that is Jax Coffey, the receiver for the Patriots. Adams throws it deep to Granger, out of reach. 12 seconds left to go here on 4th down. So now, Chad, got to punt it. And Falcons, depending on the type of a return, they might have a time for one more play. Eddie Chavez will come on.
This is, you might consider just punting this ball out of bounds, taking the ball out of the returner's hands, just angle it out to the sidelines so you don't have a return.
Here's the punt, nearly blocked as Eddie Chavez gets it away. And they'll keep him in bounds. A big-time tackle. Was that Braylon Adams? Was that the quarterback?
Braylon is our long snapper, so it may be.
It was. Braylon Adams on the tackle.
There's a very similar motion to long snapping and throwing the football. So a lot of times you see, and then a lot of times quarterback have long arms, and that helps when you're long snapping. So a lot of times you see quarterbacks who are very proficient long snapping.
So with 4 seconds left, this will probably be the final play of the quarter. McCoy comes in for the Patriots. You got Caden Price at defensive back. Mitchell is the safety. You've got Morris, Wright, Ross at linebacker, as well as Hester, Lay at the other defensive back, and then Fernandez, Marr, Tracy, and they'll take a knee. That will do it. As the
I think they're going to have to snap it one more time. I think they had to delay a game. Oh, it was against the Patriots.
5-yard penalty on the Patriots.
Not sure what that was for.
never gave a signal either. I noticed that last week. They were never signaled up into the stands. 21-7, 4 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Patriots have the lead. Williams take the snap, and he'll take the knee. That will do it into the second quarter. Patriots 21, Monroe County Falcons 7. As that quarter was brought to you by CPC Commodities. Patriots have the lead, 21-7.
They didn't announce it, but he was the only offensive tackle, I got a feeling, in Allen County, Scottsville history that scored a touchdown.
Wow.
Because we were playing a game and we put in a special play and had the ball down on the 2 and gave it to him twice, and he got in the zone. So that was fun, but I always say I don't think I ever had a kid that had as good a feet as Danny Hendricks.
Yeah, that's the first thing when you talk about him, it's the feet work. I mean, he had that great size and great physicality, but the feet work are always the first thing. But a great kid, and I know that's got to be an honor to you to be able to give him that award.
Oh, yeah, I tell you what, it's nice to see when your players are recognized, and not just for being good players, but just being great individuals, which Danny definitely is. Well,
Coach, it's glad to have you up here. You were coach for, was it 4 years?
4 years.
4 years here at ACS. You went on to Bowling Green, I believe. I think you've been a little bit everywhere, haven't you?
I've been around the track once or twice.
Yeah, so, but glad to have you here. I've heard a lot of good things from you growing up with my dad, coached on your staff. So definitely Patriot football was in good hands when you were here, for sure.
Well, I had a lot of good help, and this guy sitting right over here and your dad were two of them. And I was telling Danny, I said, it was just fun coaching over here. We had great kids, we had a great staff, and everybody had fun, and I think that's why we had some success.
Well, Coach, you can stay on with us. We will just we'll roll right with it and kind of do some commentary and interviews as well. But thanks for coming up here for sure.
Well, I just wanted to come and give Chad a hard time. So we got it rolling. We just need to have a good series here at the beginning of the half and get the momentum back going. Yep. I'll turn it back over to the big man over here.
Well, thanks, Coach. That was Coach Jim Tenius, former Patriot coach here in the 90s. I think he was first coach to beat Glasgow, correct?
He was.
89, was that right?
89. Actually, some people may not realize this, but he started his high school coaching career here in about 79, 78. That's the year I stayed back in 8th grade, and then he was coaching at when I was a freshman. He was a coach here, and left and went to Texas. And I remember the day he pulled out of the parking lot. He had a blue Tercel, and I told him, I said, someday I'm going to coach for you. So I'm going to coach with you. And then when he was at Western when I made my brief appearance over there, and the job came open here, and I saw him on campus one day, and I said, you know, he was assistant at Western, and I said, Coach, I said, we got a head coaching job open. I think you need to apply for it. And he did, and sort of history after that.
So it's 3rd and 3 for the Patriots. Adams out of the shotgun. Ball spotted at the 49. It's going to be a fake to the fullback. Adams will keep it. Is it enough for a first down? I believe it is. It's an Evanston State Bank first down. We'll move the chains. Braylon Adams.
But, you know, I've thought a lot about that Glasgow game, and I mean, you know, everybody, well, there's been a book written about it. I mean, my gosh. But I think back, you know, if we had not won that, I think that really propelled our football program. I mean, you know, it really set the tone for, you know, the 90s, you know, when Coach Dennis was here and Larry Gilbert was here, and really got us in that next level. And without that win, you know, I'm not sure that would have happened. So I don't think you can overstate the importance of that win.
Big time win. Went on to go 9-3 that year, and then another big year. 91 went 10-2 that season in 1991. So Patriots have it 2nd and 10 on the left hash, 46-yard line. Adams drops back to pass, And we'll throw it over the middle to Blaine Tracy, the tight end. Chad, I believe that's his first catch of the season. We've seen him out there pretty much every snap, but I believe it's his first catch of the year.
You know, he's, about 6'4", 220, nice size for a big tight end. And, you know, he can cause some problems, matchup problems for the defense. You know, I think Adams just needs to find him more often as he, you know, settles down in between those linebackers.
Low snap. Adams rolls to his right. He's in trouble. Looking, fires it downfield. Nearly intercepted, but it's caught. Blaine Moore, 10-5. Touchdown, Patriots. Touchdown, Patriots. Braylon Adams connects with Blaine Moore with a big-time touchdown. Good to see Coach Tenius to come up here. And like I said, I've heard so many good stories and about Coach Tenius. And, I mean, let's just be honest. We had Chuck Smith in '87 that went 6-5, but they're in the late '80s. We kind of had a struggling program, and Tenius was able to come and win 9 games, the third time in school history that was ever done in his second year here. Then went 10-2 in '91. Like you said, he was able to really move the Patriot football program into the right way, and Larry Gilbert came on, and then you, and it just it goes on.
And so
I bet their wives love that.
Yeah. But, you know, it was a level of professionalism and really, you know, propelled the program forward. And, again, not to take anything from Coach Driver or Coach Hood or anybody that came before him, but it was just a different way of thinking about football when Coach Tenius got here, and I learned a lot of football from him as an assistant coach and a player. And that's a true story. I did tell him I was going to coach. I was going to coach with him one day. And
Bowling Green up on Owensboro 28-14 at halftime. Blaine Moore with a touchdown. It's his first touchdown of the season. And defensive line able to sniff that out and get a big tackle on the Falcons. It brings up 3rd and long.
I tell you, the Falcons have had very little success between the tackles. Our front four have done a really nice job tonight of controlling the line of scrimmage. They've, like I said, Monroe County's had no success at all between the tackles.
So 28-7, 8:15 left to go here in the third quarter. Patriots have the lead. Williams, throw over the middle. It's a slant, and he's got the first down and more. Off to the races. Chase Ross able to get a come from behind tackle. Good pass and burst of speed there from number 3, Travis Wood. You got Wood and Braden Baxter. They're both 3 and 4. They're both getting a lot of touches, both similar in size. And Chad, every single time they touch the ball, I have to look down at the roster because I cannot get it. There's always that player that I cannot remember their number or remember their name. And
you know, Kyle, I think the Patriots were in man coverage that time, and you know, anytime you're playing man coverage, you've got to stay inside the receiver, and the receiver was able to get inside the defensive back and opened up that slant route.
Williams going to take it on the keeper, and Jalik Mitchell with the tackle brings up 2nd down for the Falcons. Good field position now around the 28. Yeah, like I said, haven't got to talk about our pick'ems yet, but Chad, we've had some really good games. Frederick Douglass and Trinity tonight. We've got Warren East Greenwood, which Warren East won. Bowling Green at Owensboro. DuPont Manual at Central Hardin. Covcath at Highlands. Battle of the North. Ballard at Mayo. Frederick Douglass Trinity, and Trigg at Barron. We like to do that just for fun on Friday nights, have the pick'em. I probably do too much research on it. I'm usually sending the picks on Tuesdays. Williams is wrapped up, and he's tackled. Big-time tackle from Blaine Tracy.
Again, just trying to run the quarterback counter inside the tackles, and just nothing there for the Falcons. Well, I'm not sure I just do it for fun. I take that serious.
I think you do. Yeah, I always send it to you, Johnny Hobdy, and Dad. And Johnny told me one time that he does not even research it, and he beats me every week. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't do as much research. He likes to talk a little smack too, him and Dad. Which Dad was what, 3-5 last week?
Yeah,
I'd like to mention.
He can't talk much smack.
Williams rolls right. We've got a flag that comes out, and he'll throw it out of bounds near the middle school, and
it's going to be a holding call against the Falcons. Audrey Fernandez was putting pressure on the quarterback, and the offensive tackles just reached out and grabbed him. So there, I think Coach Hood's giving the signal to back them up, so we're going to take that penalty.
5:41 left to go. Wind starting to pick up here, which is okay with me, as the press box has been a hot box up here for us. Good thing you brought your fan. I'm gonna have to start doing that. We've been hot up here in the press box.
Just glad it's not raining.
Yeah, I'd rather it be hot than rain. Just got to worry about all this equipment and the windows. Yeah. Well, the windows are so heavy to take out, so we just keep them out. And then they're foggy as it is, so you can't see. Hopefully we can escape the weather and get out of this one. 5:41. There's still a lot of ball game to be played. 3rd and long for the Falcons. Ball spotted at the 37. 28-7 Patriots lead. Heavy pressure, and it's a sack. Patriots, Fernandez and Tracy have turned it up a notch. Chad, all 4 defensive linemen were back there. Bradley Shrum's getting pressure. That was also Landon Witt for the Patriots, so several Patriots.
Yeah, it looked like the entire offensive line just collapsed for Monroe County.
And Skylar Marr, Jr., he's got a lot of playing time tonight.
Yes,
he really has. And it's been early on, so I don't know if possibly be an injury with Duggar, because it has been first couple of snaps and he's been in there.
Watch for a quick kick here. Monroe County's lining up like they're going to go for it, but yeah, quick kick.
The kick to Ross near the 15. Ross gonna get tackled from behind. Ooh. Ross just has that energy, Chad, where he just never goes down. And sometimes I just get scared that he's going to get injured because his legs are in an awkward position. He's still on his feet. He's just so hard to bring down. But then you've got people coming to lay the hit, and it just scares me sometimes. But
he's just so strong. Yeah, he's a strong young man. And
here is the keeper by Adams.
Kyle, run that little fake jet sweep, and then Adams just tucks the ball up. But what he really does a nice job of is he gets his shoulder square to the line of scrimmage, and he gets north and south. So too many times, especially in high school, backs try to run sideline to sideline, try to get the corner. He gets what he can get, and then he gets his shoulder square and gets upfield.
Yeah, he's not afraid to tuck it and run. Ross on the carry, bounces out, breaks the tackle now too. He's got the sideline, finally pushed out. The 49-yard line, Chase Ross having a big game for the Patriots. 3:52 mark here in the third quarter, 28-7. Patriots have the lead. I want to thank the Patriot faithful. Big crowd out here as the stands are full. Truly nothing like Friday Night Lights, Chad. Especially, and this is a basketball state, so I can't imagine. We ought to go to a Texas high school football game sometime, or even Tennessee. They do it right there. I mean, been following Beach and Gallatin's Twitter. I mean, you'd think it's a college, the things that they do, but pretty special, nothing like Friday Night Lights. And it's Adams still on his feet, breaks 2 tackles, make it 3. Can he get a good block here? And he'll step out of bounds. Escapes trouble after trouble, Braylon Adams.
Yeah, he turned a 5-yard loss into about an 8-yard gain. Again, that young man seems very strong. He runs strong. And there's really, back to what you're saying, especially in a small town, there's nothing like Friday nights in a small town. And
2nd and 3. Adams, screen over to Blaine Moore. Makes the catch near the line of scrimmage. Makes a move on the way to a Patriot first down. That first down is brought to you by Edmonton State Bank.
And Adams looks a lot more comfortable tonight too, Kyle. I heard one of the coaches was saying that he made the comment after last week's game that the game was still fast. If things were coming fast at him, and I think it slowed down for him tonight, and he's looked a lot more comfortable than he did last week.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
But again, we talked last week. He hadn't played in maybe 2 years. Yeah.
Hand off to Levi Cooper. He'll go left side. Good block there. Gain of about 3 or 4. Offensive line doing a good job. And we don't talk about them enough, Chad. I need to mention their names more. Carson Holland, Cole Jackson, Jackson Carver, Tanner Swagger, and Dalton Coffey. All done a wonderful job. That's a lot of new faces. You look, I think Jackson got a lot of playing time last year, and Coffey some, and Swaggart some, but, he graduated some offensive linemen last year. Cole Metter, Hunter Strain. Here's the handoff to Levi Cooper. Goes left side. Lowers his shoulder. Does it get enough for a first down? It's not. Going to bring up 3rd and about 1 for the Patriots.
They've really been a pleasant surprise for me this year. I wasn't for sure how the offensive line would be, but so far they've done an outstanding job.
I'll talk with offensive line coach Craig Matter, and he just talked about their work ethic and they're willing to get after it. And they've accepted that they're going to be smaller. 9 times out of 10 when they play somebody, they're going to be outmatched. So they have got to bring the hard work and determination, and they have so far. 3rd and 1. I mean, Marion County was huge on the line. Here's the handoff, and still on his feet. He's at the 10-5 touchdown. That's Blaine Tracy. Blaine Tracy with a touchdown. Blaine Tracy gets his first touchdown, I believe, of his ACS career. I mean, he was strictly defense last year. They've moved him over to tight end this year. What was the play? I was looking down.
We brought in our heavy set, our big guys. Jackson Morris came in. Blaine came in. We went to a 3 tight end set, and they put Blaine in the shotgun. Direct snap to him. Audrey Fernandez came in. So we went what they call heavy with the big guys came in on 3rd and 1. And then Blaine ran over a couple Falcons on his way to the end zone.
He's got his steps in tonight.
Talking about somebody we don't talk enough about is Andy. Andy does a great job, and that's some of the best money our Board of Education has ever spent is hiring a trainer. And
kicks up, and Chad, that's midway through the track. That's kicking the football. 35-7, Patriots with the lead. Minute 41 left to go in the 3rd quarter. The wind has picked up. The flag is blowing straight towards the high school, and the wind's pretty good. Papers flying around here in the press boxes. The windows are open. Hunley's kick. Go to the 15. Falcons. We tackled by Mason Hester. Hester has almost every tackle on special teams. Flying around. And Chad, he's just a junior. For whatever reason, I had in my head that he's a senior. He's a junior, and we're glad he is, that we'll have him for another year. Patriot defense comes back out onto the field. On the defensive line, it's Fernandez. And then, Chad, we've got another new player out there, number 80, Jordan Steenbergen, which he's been out there some tonight. We've got Schrum. Defensive backs are Lay and Price. Linebackers are Witt, Hester, Wright, Morris, and at safety is Mitchell. 1st and 10 for the Falcons on the 38-yard line. Williams will be under center. The backup quarterback has been in since the first quarter after the injury to Jamison Pettit. Hand off to the right side. He's got the first down and more, and it's Mitchell that'll have to catch him from behind. Chad, as I have to look at my roster. Baxter on the carry. Something about Baxter. I cannot remember his name, but I should. He's touched it a lot tonight and has had a good ball game.
Now, Kyle just looked at the radar, and we do have some looks like maybe some showers coming in from the north, almost moving southwest. But hopefully we'll be able to avoid those tonight.
Yeah, that would be great if we could get out of here without any rain or heavy weather. And the handoff to Baxter and tackle by Cole Wright. Oh, Cole now going to be holding that hamstring. That could possibly be a cramp as well. He's good to get up. Seen a lot more spark out of him. I keep saying that. It seemed like last week he was in on a lot of tackles, but he has been a headhunter tonight. And, you know, he had a good game last week, 10 tackles, 2 fumble recoveries, and a pick. But tonight, I mean, he's been a man on a mission, really flying around, really like his energy tonight. 18 seconds remain. It's 2nd and 9 from the 43 for the Falcons. I formation. Williams under center. It's going to be a sweep to the right. Here comes Aubrey Fernandez, and he'll get the finish and the tackle for the loss.
You know, Kyle was watching. I just happened to be watching him on that play, and they ran a sweep to his side, and he's playing defensive end, and he spun out of the block. You know, a really athletic move there for a defensive lineman to spin that way, and kept contained and made the tackle.
End of the 3rd quarter. It's the Patriots 35, Falcons 7. You're listening to WVLE 99.3, and we're live. 3rd down for the Falcons, and a big-time tackle by Jackson Morris. Morris has just come unleashed tonight. Great effort from this defense. And Chad, I can already tell you, I know Adams has had a big game, but our player of the game is going to be somebody on the defense. They've just set the tone tonight. And we knew going in our defense was going to have to kind of lead the way until our offense got their feet wet. And they've done just that. They've answered the call. Really proud of our defense. 4th and 14 for the Falcons. 4th quarter, 11:25 to go. 35-7, Patriots with the lead. Williams will punt it. And it's high. Punt doesn't go very far at all. Nearly hits a Lady Patriot cheerleader, or a Patriot cheerleader there, and it'll be Patriot football, Chad. See if we can drive down and score. We'll have great field position. Take a look at our Patriot sports sponsors: Gary Force Honda, Pseudo Financial Services, Leachman Buick GMC, Allen County Farmer Service, Edmonton State Bank, North Central Telephone Company, Gary Force Honda, CPC Commodities, Tri-County Electric, and the Medical Center at Scottsville. Just a reminder, we'll have the volleyball game on air tomorrow, 10:20 air time, 10:30, as the Lady Patriots will play against Logan County in the Class 2A sectional held here at ACS, Warren East, and I believe Russell County will be the game after that, and then the championship game. So we'll just have the morning game. Hopefully the Lady Patriots win. Here's the handoff. Levi Cooper's got some room to run, and that's good enough for an Edmonton State Bank first down. Levi Cooper running the ball extremely well. Now, he ran it well last year against them. I remember he scored a touchdown over there. And we've got to have that. We know Adams can pass, but we've got to be able to have that option to run the football as well. Looking at the week ahead, we'll have the volleyball on air 5:30 on Monday against Warren Central at home. And then on Friday, we will have the Patriots here yet again at home against Franklin Simpson. And who carried that? Was that Fernandez? Didn't see the number. Yeah, Aubrey Fernandez on the carry there. Big, strong kid.
Audrey's had a good game tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, we're really going to have to look at the stats after the game to decide this one, because several players could get that award of Medical Center at Scottsville Player of the Game. 2nd and 7. Ball spotted at the 36. Left hash. 35-7 Patriots with the lead. Fake the handoff to Cooper now. Ross will go right side. Jukes the defender out. Steps up with a big jump and a first down. Edmonton State Bank first down. Chad, what do you like? What do you think about that little move that Ross does? It's almost, I don't know how to explain it. He kind of does this juke move, and then he does like a high step, like a high knee, and then he does another burst of speed once he hits the ground. Have you been noticing that?
Yeah, he really, and it's something you can coach and work on, but he sticks that foot in the ground and gets that little hop, and then he explodes through the hole. And again, that's, I'm sure they work on that. But that time Monroe County had 2 defenders there, had him hemmed in, and he stuck that foot in the ground and made that cut and then exploded between the 2 of them. And again, we've talked about how strong he is.
Brings up now 2nd down. Little to no gain there on the play. Maybe a gain of 2 by Levi Cooper. 9-minute mark here. Great crowd on hand. Great to have the Hall of Fame game, one of my favorite games. I think the next game is going to be Pink Out against Franklin Simpson. We were hit right away with all 4 home games right away, and then we make a long haul to Paducah Tillman. It's been a while since we played them. They were in our district. What, were they in our district in 08, or we just had a series with them?
I think we ended up just playing them. I'm not sure they've ever been in our district.
I was going to say that was, which I think we went over there in 07. That was the game that was so foggy, wasn't it?
In the playoffs.
Oh, that was the playoff game. Okay. So that would have been a little bit earlier then. But 07, we went over there. And then in 08, we beat them over here.
We won here. Yeah. Yeah, the fog game was about 02.
That was like Delk and
yes.
That group. 2nd and 3. The give is to Ross. He'll break the line of scrimmage and get a first down for the Patriots. Edmonton State Bank first down. The Chain Gang has been able to get their steps in tonight. They have been moving a lot. Big shout out to them. One of my favorite things in sports. I know you make fun of me for it, but I love when you get that official measurement and they bring those chains out. There's so much anticipation. And then when they give that signal of first down, I mean, it's just something I really like. 7:50 left to go in the 4th quarter. 35-7 Patriot lead. Ball spotted at the 13. And miscommunication there. I'm not sure. Maybe it was just the read and he couldn't escape it in time, but what do you think, Chad, as Adams gets tackled in the backfield?
Yeah, it was just I don't know, if somebody took the wrong steps, but that play was a bust from the word go, and Caleb Cook, linebacker from Monroe, got penetration and hit Adams in the backfield. But, back to what you were saying earlier about what all goes into having a football game. And, the paint crew, people don't realize how long it takes to paint a football field.
Chase Ross, 10-5, touchdown Patriots. Chase Ross gets his 2nd touchdown of the night. Chase Ross with about a 17-yard touchdown. 17-yard rushing touchdown for Ross, and it's 41-7. Yeah, we were driving by this week one night, and Shelby asked me, are they still practicing? I mean, it was kind of late, and I said, no, they're painting the field. I know you spent a lot of nights out here painting the field. There's the kick, and it's up, and it's good. Dad was telling me, I think it was this week, maybe last week, when y'all would be painting the field, and Coach Wana would call, I believe it was Pizza Hut, and ask if they had any pizzas that nobody picked up, and he would try to see if he could get a free pizza out of them for y'all.
Football comes first, and you know, if you start the year off good, man, you got some school pride, and it just kind of sets the tone for the whole year.
Great return here from the Falcons. He's going to be brought down. That was Baxter on the return. Not sure who had the tackle.
You know, if the Patriots have area of concern from tonight, it would be the kickoff team. They're going to have to take a look at who's on the kickoff team and what they're doing.
And especially, we're about to run into some speed here in our schedule.
Yes.
You know, you're looking at Paducah, Tillman, Hoptown. Glasgow's got a lot of speed. Even Franklin's got some speed. So 6:42 left to go, and Chad, hope we can escape the weather, as I'm seeing a lot of games now on Twitter are getting weather delays from around the, you know, Edmondson, Metcalfe County, the Warren East game. So several games getting delayed. Spartans South Warren gets a win over Henderson County, 24-14. Williams, the give is to Baxter. He's met in the backfield by Bradley Schrum on the tackle. Or Chavez, Eddie Chavez? Attaboy, Eddie Chavez in there. I thought it was Schrum.
And the Patriots are rolling some defensive players in. 78, Carson Holland is in there on the defensive line.
Got Eli McCoy, who's played some tonight at outside linebacker. You've got safety number 6, Jax Coffey, freshman. 2nd and 12 for the Falcons. Handoff up the middle to the fullback. Going to be gain of about 2. So I'm trying to get up all my papers in order here. So the wind's really starting to pick up here at Patriot Field. Flying around here in the press box. Shout out to the ACS Hall of Fame members. 2023 Travis Adams, Chris A. Keene, Katie Yates, Printha Clements, Danny Hendricks. Great class here. Was inducted tonight.
Riley Williford coming into the game at linebacker.
Third down. And it's going to be brought down. Bring up 4th down for the Falcons. They'll have to punt here.
Got Carson Holland on the hit.
Carson Holland.
Getting a little time on the defensive side. Skylar Marr up front.
Marsh got a lot of playing time tonight. 4th and 11 for the Falcons. 4:48 left to go.
Kyle, I'd have to think, you know, the coach would be pleased with the overall game tonight. There's always things that you can do better and want to improve on, but you know, I think this was I really thought this might be a close game.
I did too. I really did. I told Coach Wana prior to the game I thought it was going to be a nail-biter and possibly a one-score game, and Patriots have just played lights out. But when you come out right away and get an interception for a touchdown and then a fumble recovery, it sets the tone. Deep throw down the field, and there's going to be a pass interference. Cameron Lay pushes off right there at the last second.
Now, Cameron had good coverage, but just extended that arm and pushed off on the receiver. If he just kept that arm in, I think he would have been in good shape.
So with 4:10 left to go, 42-7, Patriots with the lead. And we got another okay, no. He was just throwing the flag back to the other official. I thought we had possibly another penalty on the Patriots. You know, we didn't get to hit much on the bios of all the Patriots, but I seem to forget. You know, I was so used to the Memorial Day Miracle with Travis Adams. I mean, that was I don't think they read that off. But
explain to maybe listeners who might not know what happened that day.
First round of the regional tournament, we're down 3-1 in the last inning to Warren East, and we end up going back-to-back home runs in a walk-off fashion to win. It was first round of the regional tournament, win or go home. And it was Brian Jones, Derek Harwood, and then Travis Adams to end it, hit it over the wall at Franklin Simpson. If you've ever been over there, it's the green monster in center field, except it's not green, it's blue. It's a big, tall wall, and I'm not so sure he didn't hit that one all the way to Todd County. I mean, he crushed that baseball, and that team went on to win the region. And possibly the best team. In my opinion, they are the best baseball team that's ever come through the school. Really good. I know you probably might have something to say about that with your I know the team in the 80s that was really good that won a regional title. They are in the top 5, in my opinion. But that 05 team, they just had that will about them, and really good baseball team. Pass over the middle, incomplete. Yeah, we ought to, I don't know, we ought to do a podcast sometime, or just a broadcast of top 5 teams of each sport, ACS. That would be hard.
I would have to agree too. I mean, we had a good team in 1981 and won the region, and yeah, I think you're right that would definitely be the best team to come through here.
3:16 left to go. It's 3rd and long for the Falcons. 42-7 the lead for the Patriots. Williams under center. Falcons got a win over Todd County last week, 34-7. Now the handoff to the fullback. He's met by a linebacker for the Patriots. We'll have to wait on his number. It's Eddie Chavez. I believe it was Chavez. Hard to see those numbers when they start bundling up, their uniform.
Tanner Swaggart's in there on the defensive line. And Robert Higginbotham.
Hey, he's a big kid. I saw him in the locker room last week. He's a grown man.
6'4", 190 sophomore, and I've been watching him, and he's put some pressure on the quarterback here last couple series.
2:38 left to go in the ball game. Patriots have the lead. 4th down and 8 for the Falcons. See if the defense can give them some pressure. Here is the ball, comes out, and the Patriots recover it. It's Patriot football.
How many is that tonight? How many turnovers? Is that 4?
I was going to say that 3 fumble recoveries and 1 interception.
I think so.
Matt Purdue with the fumble recovery. 2:25 left to go. Well, we might get a chance to see the backup quarterback here if the Patriots have the big lead. Be honest with you, I'm not sure. I think Blaine Moore is listed as the backup quarterback, but I'm not sure who possibly the JV quarterback is. We'll see.
Well, we've definitely got the young guys in. Ivan Harper in at tight end.
Can you see?
Can't.
The quarterback here, 1st and 10 for the Patriots on the 35. Ball comes out, and it's number 11.
Josh Williams.
Josh Williams.
71.
Got a player down. Got a little injury timeout. Take a look at our Patriot Sports radio shout-outs. 2nd and 15. Williams, the give. Handoff. Heads to the Patriots sideline. And he's going to be brought down, and a flag. Was that the kicker, Hunley, on the carry? Yes, Joseph Hunley in the carry there.
It's good, Kyle, to see these young guys to get in the game. It's a rough life as a freshman running scout team and getting beat up all week, and so it's good when you're in a position where you get those young guys in and get them a little experience. And
yeah, I was talking with Coach Casey Johnston. We were talking about the 2010 team and 9 team, and I would name somebody, and I've never really thought about this. He was talking about how hard they hit and and he was like, I was on scout team. They were coming to take my head off every day at practice. He was a scout team quarterback his freshman year, and just, they don't get enough love, like you said.
it's part of paying your dues.
Yes, and big-time run by the running back. That was number, is that 22?
Beavers.
Bladen Beavers, the freshman. 3rd and 12 for the Patriots with 1:37. So be sure to tune in with us tomorrow morning as Lady Patriot Volleyball on the air. High snap over Williams' head, and the Patriots will recover it, so it'll be 4th down. Patriot punt team will come on.
I think we're going to go for it, Kyle.
Oh, going to go for it here.
Ryan Hensley running in the play. Well, maybe not. I think they've had a change. Looks like Coach Hood's had a change of heart. Send the punt team back in. We've got like 6 kids on the field.
Having some issues here. Going to have to shape up the special teams. We had to call a timeout right there, but that's several times. And like you said, I think special teams is our concern right now. They ran some kind of play where they had maybe a reverse, and we just had nobody on that side of the field, and he ended up scoring a big-time touchdown. So, you know, we went to the wire with them. They were a young team last year. They got pretty much everybody back. We have a lot of kids back. It's going to be a big game next Friday. I think it's a pink out here at Patriot Field, but if you can't make it to the game, turn on those radio dials and turn them up and hear the big game. I think Max Chaney and Brad Hood are going to bring the best for next week. It's not a district game, which is weird. When's the last time that's happened, that they were not in our district?
It's been a while. But, you know, if it's Franklin Simpson.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all you need to say.
I mean, them, East, and probably Glasgow, we've played more than anybody.
You know, Franklin hasn't been as dominant the last couple of years. You know, they went through the stretch where what were they, state championship 3 years in a row?
3 years, lost first year they were there, then went back to back.
And you know, back in the 80s, early 90s, they were one of the dominant programs in the state, and they've put tons of kids in you know, college programs, put some kids in the NFL, and so it's Franklin Simpson. I mean,
that's all you got to say.
That's all you need to say.
Big game next week. We're looking forward to it. It'll be next Friday, 6:30 airtime, 7 o'clock start. Patriots and the Wildcats. Patriots are going to come away with a victory here, 42-7. Unless the Falcons can score on this play. This will probably be the last play of the game. Coach Pettit and the Falcons, 16 seconds remain. Here's the handoff. And good enough for a Falcon first down.
I think that'll do it.
That's the ball game. 42-7, the Patriots get the victory. Big win for the Patriots and Coach Brad Hood as Patriots improve to 2-0. The Falcons fall to 1-1 on the year. A great game for the Patriots as the Patriots get a win here at home, 42-7, improve to 2-0 on the year.